For today's class, we'll be looking at aparigraha or non-hoarding. With some of these postures, will take a little bit of effort to get into them, but I'd like you to see just how far you can go and to challenge yourself to not give up initially when it seems a bit difficult. Because when we push through those areas, we'll find that we are a lot stronger than we think we are. Just have that self-belief in yourself that you can do it. So starting with the feet at a comfortable distance, they can be a little bit further apart. You step up and down on the spot for a bit, you'll let the feet find a natural angle. Inhaling, the arms up alongside the head, bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, revolve the palms, and bring them back down on top of the head. As we inhale, reaching the arms up, and if you're able to, lifting up onto the balls of the feet, lifting the heels up off the mat. And exhale, release. Inhale, growing tall. Exhale, release. Just with your own breathing and your own timing. Once more. Keeping the hands where they are, stepping the feet out a little bit wider. Inhale, straightening the arms. And as we exhale, bending to the right. Having a nice stretch along the left side of the body. Inhale back to center. And exhale, bending to the left. Feeling a stretch to the right side. So again, just with your own breathing and your own timing. Moving as fast or as slow as you like.
Aparigraha means non-hoarding. When we operate from a perspective of scarcity, it can be tempting to protect our resources because we fear that they are finite and not replenishable. If instead you consider the gifts that you could be sharing with others to be abundant, kindness, positive energy, support, even just a smile, everyone benefits.
And back to center, dropping the arms down to shoulder height, arms extended away from the shoulders, palms face down. This time inhaling to center, and as we exhale, twisting to the right, wrap the arms around ourselves. So right arm into the small of the back, left hand onto the right shoulder as you twist around to the right. Inhale back to center and twisting to the left, wrapping the arms around. And again, just with your own breathing and your own timing.
Physically, you may be holding back from some postures out of a misguided or fearful sense of self-protection. This can deprive you of potential positive change. When you feel stubborn or immediately come out of a challenging pose, ask yourself whether you are hoarding your energy and to what end. With appropriate attention to rest, energy is a renewable resource.
Once more to each side. And back to center. This time, as we inhale, just bring the arms up alongside the head to shoulder width apart. And as we exhale, hinging from the hips, releasing the body over top of the legs and placing the hands wherever they're comfortable. Ideally as close to the feet as possible. Stepping the feet out a little bit wider. This time, as we inhale, we'll bend through the knees, drop the bottom down towards the heels. head looking up. As you exhale, straighten the legs, folding forward. Inhale, getting to the knees, dropping the hips down. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, dropping down, looking up. Exhale, releasing the legs. Once more, inhaling and exhaling. Tucking the chin into the chest and rolling the spine up. And walking the feet back together. Again, to a comfortable distance apart. If you like, the big toes and heels can be together and the knees can be together. This time, inhaling the arms up alongside the head, but bring the palms together above the head. Arms as straight as they possibly can be. Inhale, growing tall here. And then as we exhale, bending through the knees, dropping the bottom down to the heels, keeping the knees tucked in. Just come down as far down as you feel comfortable. And inhaling, growing tall. Exhale, bending. Inhale, growing tall. Once more. Exhale, bending, dropping down as far down as you can this time. Hold here for a breath. And inhale, growing tall. Right, releasing the hands. Stepping or jumping the feet out wide, facing the long edge of the mat. Ideally, the distance between the legs should be the same length as one of your legs, so a reasonably wide stance. So we want a sort of an equilateral triangle with the legs. And turning the right toes out 90 degrees. Turning from the hip, making sure we're turning from the hip so that the knee and the ankle are in alignment and straight. Left feet, bringing the left toes in a little, so that's more on a 45-degree angle. Slightly roll out the ankle of the left foot and grounding down through both the left and the right toes. Making sure we've got a strong balance there. Turning the hips to the long edge of the mat so that we're square to that long edge. Bring the left arm into the small of the back, right hand on right thigh. Roll those shoulder blades back and down onto the back. Slightly tuck under bottom. And bringing the ribs down as well. So we want to be engaged through the core muscles. And you will really start to feel the rotation through the legs here at this point. When you're ready, bring the right side of the body over top of the right thigh. Making sure that we're heading to the right and that we're not leaning forward. And just placing the hand where it's comfortable, either above or below the knee, not on top of the knee. Once you've found a spot that feels comfortable, again, just making sure that you're feeling balanced. Make any other adjustments that you need. You can also have a block here to place your hand on if you're getting close to the floor, but it's still feeling a bit far away. And making sure the spine and the neck and head are neutral here. You don't want to be crunching the neck, either up or down. Looking straight ahead to begin. And if you can, lifting that left arm straight up, palm facing forward, fingertips reaching up to the ceiling. Trying to align the shoulders. And just holding here for a few breaths. If the balance is a little bit tricky today, then do look down towards that right foot, down to the mat. That'll help a lot with your balance. Or if you're feeling confident, turning the head, looking up to the left arm, or looking up to the ceiling.
Not all resources are abundant. Money is not, time is not, but many of the most prized resources in yoga are abundant. Kindness, empathy, and love are renewable, abundant,
Nice
and
deep breaths
even
here.
better, they tend to come back to you when you give them away. Let's remember that openness and abundance.
One more breath. And bending through the right knee. Bringing the body back up. Turning the toes back around to the front. And releasing the arms alongside the body. If you need, walk the legs back together. Give the legs and the arms and body a little bit of shape. Otherwise, just keeping the legs where they are and just making a small adjustment. So to the left this time, turning the left toes out, 90 degrees, turning from the hip and the knee and the ankle. Right toes coming in at that 45-degree angle. Squaring the hips to the long edge of the mat. Right arm to the smaller back, left arm on top of left thigh. Roll the shoulders back and down. Tuck the bottom under, tuck the ribs in. And when you're ready, bring that left side of the body over top of the left leg. Coming down as far as you feel comfortable. Again, placing the hand either above or below the knee or on top of a block if the floor is a bit far away, if you're heading down to that level. Finding your balance. Aligning the neck, head, and the spine. And when you're ready, lifting the right arm up. Palm facing forward, fingertips up to the ceiling. If you find this is a little bit too much on the legs, do feel free to have a little bend through that front leg. If it's too much on the hamstrings and the calf. And decide where you're looking, either straight ahead, looking down to the foot if the balance is a bit challenging today, or if you'd like to try turning the head, looking up to the right end.
Open your eyes and make eye contact with a class member. Smile, say hi. Let's start our practice from a space of community, remembering that whatever we feel we are lacking, we have kindness, we have love.
One more breath wherever you are. Bending through that left knee, drawing the body back up. Turning the toes back around to the front. And now walking legs back together. Give them a little shake if they need. And now we'll come back down to the mat. We're going to lay down on our front on the mat. Bringing the body down. And we'll outstretch the arms and the legs away from us. Bring the chin down onto the mat. When you're ready, as we inhale, we'll lift the right arm and the left leg up off the mat. Just as high as you can. And exhale down. Inhaling, left arm, right leg. And exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if you'd like to try both arms, both legs, up off the mat. Or you can keep going opposite arm, opposite leg. And exhale down. Inhale. And exhale. Once more, inhale and hold. Well, hold, keep breathing. Keep reaching the arms and the legs away from each other. Imagine that you're reaching from the center of your body and you're trying to reach the opposite wall of where you are. Keep holding. And exhale, release the arms and the hands down. Turn the head to one side. Pause here for a moment for a breather. All right, and now when you're ready, I'll just demonstrate for a moment. What we'll do is, staying laying on your belly, what we'll do is we'll bring the palms of our hands together, interlace the fingers, thumbs on top, and you want the thumbs to be alongside of each other. An important thing here is stretching the arms away and really like engaging through those arms, pressing them into the mat. So the mat will be along this side and the arms will be underneath the body. I'll give this one a go. Interlace the fingers, thumbs down. Bring the arms underneath the body. And you kind of want to bring the palms kind of around the pubic bone, ideally below, but it will depend on how long your arms are. There's actually a little bit of wiggling side to side to make that comfortable. Chin onto the mat. And really pressing down through those arms as we do this. So all we're going to do is we're just going to lift those legs up off the mat. So you can try one leg at a time first to start off with. As we inhale, just lift the right leg up just as high as you can. And exhale down. Inhale the left leg. Exhale down. Right leg again. Maybe try and lift it up a little bit higher. And hold. Exhale down. Left leg, inhale. Try and lift it a little bit higher. Exhale down. Now you can try that again, opposite legs. Or if you'd like to try doing both legs at the same time. So really muster all of your strength for this. As you inhale, lift both legs up. Really press those arms down into the mat. And exhale down. Once more, but this time really throw the legs up and kind of try and catch them in place. Adjust the arms. Inhale again. Keep breathing. And exhale, release back down when you're ready. Release the arms, turn the head to one side. Give yourself a little breather. And when you're ready, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing up to the tabletop position. Bring the big toes together, knees out wide. Bring the hips back and walk the hands forward. We'll bring the chest and the chin down to the mat. We'll just stretch that back up.
There is always time to rest and renew, and here we are in that place. When you move in challenging ways, it may feel like there will never be stillness, there will never be relaxation, there will never be a ceasing of the effort, but here we are, effortless. Know that we always come back to this: rest, space, breath.
And one more breath. Inhale, looking forward to the hands, lifting the body up, back to tabletop. And then rolling over onto the back. Laying the back down. And bending through the right knee, draw the right knee into the body, squeeze the right knee in. And releasing the right leg. Bending through the left knee, draw the left knee into the body, squeeze the left knee in. Give it a little squeeze. And releasing the left leg. Draw both knees in, squeeze both knees into the body. Inhaling here. As you exhale, lift the head and the shoulders up off the mat. Squeeze the knees in. See how close you can get the knees and the chin together. And releasing the shoulders, releasing the head back down. Bring the feet down to the mat. Bring the fingertips to touch the back of the neck. And inhaling here, center. And as you exhale, bring both the knees over to the right. And if the neck is okay, turning the head to the left. Inhale to center. Now both knees to the left, turn the head to the right. And just with your own breathing and your own timing, moving left to right, right to left.
Be here fully and abundantly. Be here completely. Don't hold back your energy or your effort. Give all, knowing that there is always more coming. There is nothing to resist. Give all, shine into the pose.
Once more to each side. And back to center. Bring the arms out to shoulder height, arms face down. Extend the left leg long, bend the right knee in, just using the leg muscles. Bring the right knee inside the body. And then bring that right leg across the body to the left, rolling up and over onto that left hip. And if you like, bring the left hand down to the outer part of the right knee, encouraging it down to the floor. Also encouraging the right shoulder down to the floor, flattening out the back on the mat. And you can either look straight up or you could turn the head and look along the right arm. And one more breath. And rolling back onto the back. Releasing the legs. Bending through the left leg and knee. Draw that left thigh into the body. When you're ready, bring that left thigh over across to the left, the right side of the body, rolling up onto the right hip. Again, if you'd like, bring the outer hand to the outside of the left thigh. Encourage that left knee down to the floor and encourage the left shoulder down to the floor. Looking up to the ceiling if you'd like, or turning the head and looking along the left arm. One more breath. Turning the head back to center. Rolling the body back into the back. Releasing the arms and the legs. If it's chilly where you are, placing your blanket over top of you or putting some extra layers on. Letting the arms and the legs roll away from each other. Settling the body. Find a spot on the ceiling to focus on. And then soften your eyes, soften your gaze on that spot. And closing the eyes when you're ready. Coming back to the breath. Breathing in through the nose, back of the throat, down into the lungs. Out of the lungs, back of the throat, out through the nose. And now drawing your awareness to the eyebrow center. And imagine a little golden ball of light. See and feel the warmth of that little golden ball of light in the eyebrow center. And then it slowly starts to grow over the eyebrows, the eyes, the forehead, and then down over the bridge of the nose, left and right cheeks, upper lip, lower lip, chin, over the ears and the scalp, warming the entire region of the face and the head. Feel the warmth of the ball of light on the face and the head. Then that ball of light starts to travel down the front of the throat to the right side of the chest, moving over the right shoulder, down the upper arm, lower arm, right wrist, palm of the hand, Spreading out through the fingers. Feel the warmth of that ball of light warming the right hand. And traveling back up the arm, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, right side of the chest. Moving to the center of the chest, warming the heart. Left side of the chest, shoulder, upper arm, lower arm, left wrist, palm of the hand, spreading out the fingers of the left hand, warming the left hand. Traveling back up the arm, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, left side of the chest, back to the center of the chest. Moving down through the ribs, belly button, lower abdomen, and the pelvic space. Right hip, right thigh, kneecap, shin, right ankle, top of the foot, spreading out through the right toes and the sole of the foot. Now the back of the right heel, back of the right calf muscle, back of the knee, back of the thigh, to the right glute muscle, and back up through the pelvis. Now moving to the left-hand side, left hip, thigh, kneecap, shin, left ankle, top of the foot, warming through the left toes and sole of the foot. Left heel, calf muscle, back of the knee, back of the thigh, left glute muscle. Now warming the lower back, mid back, upper back, left and right shoulder blades, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head, and now back to the forehead. Feeling the warmth of that ball of light on the forehead as it slowly starts to shrink back down to the eyebrow center.
With appropriate attention to rest, energy is a renewable resource. Shavasana is an attention to rest. Take this time to make this an extra restful, extra abundant Shavasana by using any props that you'd like to add luxury and comfort. Take your rest here as seriously as you took your balancing poses earlier in class. Rest and relaxation are serious business.
And when
Give to yourself here so that you can give fully to yourself again later.
And then exhaling with a sigh. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Start to wriggle the fingers and the toes. Bring some movement back to the body. When you're ready, rolling over onto your right side. Pause there for a moment. And when you're ready, with the eyes closed, pressing yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. And just pausing here to notice how your body is feeling now compared to the beginning of class. Notice the quality of the breath now. And notice how your mind is feeling now. Getting ready to close the practice by chanting 3 Oms. Getting ready to close the practice by chanting 3 Oms, followed by Om, Shanti, 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 Hare Om. We'll take 1 breath to prepare for Om, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling for Om. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Bring the palms of the hands into the chest together and rubbing the palms of the hands together, creating heat in the hands. Once you've created enough heat, press the palms of the hands over the eyes, looking into the palms. Allow your eyes to adjust to the light. Bring them down over the face and the cheeks, throat and the neck. Rub the palms again, flex the hands, fingers and thumbs, wrists and forearms. Placing the palms together again into the chest. Hare Om Tat Sat. Thank you for joining me today.